Cancer. Hi. Yes, I have it on. Oh, snap. Hi, Cancer. My name is Yubi. I'm your astro-friendly Latina therapist. And this is Tarot My Becoming, where I entertain tarot with you. Cancer, as I was meditating on you, as I was meditating with you, I don't know how to word that, for you, the scenes that came up, the first two scenes were Game of Thrones scenes. It was so wild. So the first scene was Game of Thrones, Joffrey, and that one pretty girl. I don't remember what her name is. I guess I could look it up. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones cast. It was Joffrey for sure. Natalie Dormer, Marjorie Tyrell, the Tyrells. And so in this particular, like, it's them, but the scene is not a scene that came out in the movie. In my scene, Marjorie is like, oh no, like she's not wanting to marry Joffrey. I don't know if you remember the storyline. Like, Joffrey is a very young king, and Marjorie Tyrell is the one that like, they're trying to unite the kingdoms or whatnot. And she's brave. Like, she knows what she's getting herself into. Her and her grandmother are investigating to the point where the grandmother was like, I'm not allowing you to marry this kid because he's, like, I don't know, sadistic. Like, just, I don't even know if I'm using that the right way. What does sadistic mean? Like, just really, yeah, sadistic. Like, deriving pleasure from inflicting pain, suffering, or humiliation on others. And so she kind of protects her, right? And doesn't allow her to marry him at the end of that chapter. And so in the dream, they're in the garden where she often meets with her grandmother, and even with La Otra Chica, the one that was supposed to marry him, Sansa. So they're in that garden area, but Marjorie's like, no, like, I don't want to marry him, because, so the emphasis is on how he rules, how he is embodying that king persona. It literally jumps into, like, I'm literally jumped, like, I felt like this into the next scene, which isn't Game of Thrones. Let me look it up now that I'm at Game of Thrones spin-off. What's that spin-off? A show. House of the Dragon. So in the House of the Dragon, there's another king, and the House of the Dragon cast. It's not him. Who's the rest of the cast? Not him. Unless I don't know. I don't recognize the other kings. I mean, usually they'll show the more recent people. Like, where I haven't watched it in a while. It's the son, like the mad son of Alicent Hightower. And so in the first, I think I watched like the first few seasons, but in the first few seasons, oh, there he is, King Aegon Targaryen. I think it's him. He didn't want to be king. I think it's him that didn't want to be king. And yeah, it's him. He didn't want to be king. And so what ends up happening is he still has to be king. And he, ¿cómo se dice? The theme for both of them was immaturity. These kings were immature. These kings were not embodying king level maturity. Like, they were immature kings was the theme for those two scenes. So I don't know if you're dealing or have dealt with an immature partner, an immature masculine energy, someone who to the extreme of being sadistic, or oblivious to, you know, because the other king was like kind of like, I don't know, like there was something about how he was trying to rule, trying to reclaim power, like in a very mature manner. So immaturity. So either you're dealing with someone who's immature, have dealt with someone who's immature, and there's also like father wound in one of the other scenes. This is starting to distract me. Let me take it off. There was also father wound. There was also another scene. What was the other scene? Oh, I talked about the Game of Thrones a little too long. I don't remember. Oh, it was it was a work scene. It was a work scene going to a party after hours. So after work, people, and it felt more feminine, like being with your friends, being with your girlfriends, being with your work girls, something about work after work hours and hanging out with your girlfriends was the feeling. So I don't know if yeah, so those were the scenes. The only thing that came up was specifically the two kings that were being highlighted, and the immaturity and the extremes of those experiences. So again, for whoever it resonates, but let's see what the message is for today. These are general readings. Make sure you don't force it to fit. It could be a word, it could be a sentence, it could be the title of this that brought you here. I don't know what it is yet. It could be a feeling that gets evoked. Make sure you write it down, you put it on a journal, and then come back to it, revisit it, unpack it, whatever you need to do to make sense of it. 3 cards. 3 cards. 3 cards. 3 cards. I hope everyone is enjoying family time if you're with family. This, for me, it's December 21st. So this is being posted, I think, Christmas Day for those of you that celebrate it. Transform limits. So Phoenix energy, death, rebirth. Allow spirit to take away doubts, fears, and attachments. I change my life with ease. 2 more, please. 2 more. Cancers. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. I feel like there was more, but I don't remember. Lunar magic. Connect with natural cycles of the moon to attract what you want. Cancer, this is you. Cancer energy. Healing energy. Cycles. Cycling up. Going through cycles. Maybe those relationships, maybe you had 2 different people in your life. Immaturity, like there was a cycle and you're like, oh wait. Maybe a partner was narcissistic. Maybe a partner was that extreme of sadistic. Maybe it was immature. Like you're dealing with people and realizing that it's a pattern. Purify desires. Burn away old patterns to make room for new possibilities. Yeah, patterns, right? Cycles. So definitely being called to heal. Definitely being called to look at the cycles and the patterns in your life. Burn away what no longer, is helping you grow. And allow for new things in. I think you've already been on this journey. If I remember, your last one was like tripping, stumbling. It was cute. How are you starting this reading? Cancer, how are you presenting? Could be a facade, could be the real deal. How are you presenting to the world, to me, to yourself? Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest card in the deck. Like, he's walking, he's not on his horse. So very slow energy. Maybe there's Virgo tied to your chart. Maybe you're dealing with a Virgo. You're walking, this particular Knight of Pentacles always makes me feel like frivolousness, like frivolous spending, like not knowing how to manage your resources. Like it's like I'm letting go, like all this resources, time, energy. It's like you're not paying attention to where it's going. You're not paying attention to where it's going. It's a crossing energy. Crossing energy. Fork in the road, the opportunity where the universe says, hey, you want to consider this? What's the opportunity? This one, it's funny because it's like Knight of Pentacles. There's also cycles. Like he's walking away from cycles. Like he's walking away from the cycles in his life too. Crossing energy is work. Trying to figure out what to do with work. In this particular Eight of Pentacles, like she's not really working. She's trying to figure out what to work. She has a light there and she's like, okay, there's this option, there's that option, there's this option, but I don't know what to pick. So there's almost a feeling stuckness to an Eight of Swords energy with this particular Eight of Pentacles. And again, there's cycles at the top. So have you been experiencing cycles with work? Also, are there patterns, unhealthy patterns with how you're doing work? Look, and it's almost, mira, it's almost like these cycles are earth energy and these cycles are air or spiritual or thoughts. There's something about balancing out the spiritual part of you with the tangible part of you to help you figure out what you want to do. What's the energy you're actually tapping into? Happiness. You're trying to, I think my eggs are done. I'm boiling eggs. Yeah, it's starting to boil. Happiness, Queen of Wands energy. You're going to find out what your passion is. Give me a second. Okay. Back. Yeah, so you have Queen of Wands as the energy you're actually tapping into or that's wanting to tap into you. It's like your hands up and you're like, I'm right here, I'm right here. Spirit, find me, Spirit. Give me what I'm passionate about. Like you're searching for it. Like I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Of all these options, give me the one that lights my life. What's the hidden energy? The hidden energy could be something that can help you and you don't know it's there. It could be something that to be aware of because you don't know it's there. It could also be something that will naturally unfold because of the events. So it's neutral. It's just a natural consequence. Star, healing. Look at. They're both asking the universe to give it to them. Like she's looking for it. She's waiting for it. So there's, even though it's so funny because it's like Queen of Wands energy is more action oriented. Star is Aquarian energy. So it's healing. It's bringing your dreams into reality. Bringing in happiness into your life. That's the hidden energy. It's the potential energy. What are you walking away from, Cancer? I wonder, I mean, pentacles are being highlighted. Work is being highlighted. I wonder if this is you moving away from depending on immature partners. Walking away from depending on immature partners to provide. And you learning how to provide for yourself. Yeah, something more balanced. It was upside down actually. You're walking away from imbalance, from something that's unfair, something that's like deceitful, like hidden energy. Like you're walking away from imbalance. What are you walking towards, Cancer? Nine of Pentacles. But it's Nine of Pentacles upside down. So you're walking towards learning. I'm going to say learning instead of challenges, but it could be challenges too. Challenges with your finances. I think you're learning In the upright position, the Nine of Pentacles is really balanced. The Nine of Pentacles is very, they know how much to give and how much to take. But I think because this is something new for you, I think you're going to learn. And we learn by making mistakes. So it almost feels like you're going to be making mistakes with your finances so that you can learn how to do things better, so that you can learn how to do things more balanced, especially if you're on your own. What's the sitch? What's the situation for you? King of Pentacles. Yeah. It's a learning experience. You're learning how to be wise. This is around you. You don't know it's there because you're probably struggling. And or if this is in your past, you have struggled and you're learning. You're gaining the wisdom. You're gaining the wisdom on how to navigate your pentacles better. How to feel secure, safe and secure. Look, it's almost like this pentacle was also gifted from the universe, but it's a bigger pentacle. And there's almost like an assurance of like this spark that was gifted to me has now become my stability. And a pentacle doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could be emotional stability. It could be energetic stability. It could be mental stability. It could be resources in the sense of time, how you manage your time better, how you manage people better, or the people around you that are resources, right? So pentacle could be, it's just a resource. Hopes. What are your hopes, Cancer? Oh, your hopes is that you'll be patient. Because the opposite of this is impatience. Your hope is that you will be able to understand the alchemical process that occurs, the transformative process, the process of change. That's really what it is. The process of change, like understanding that process so that you don't become impatient. Your hope is that you will also be protected, that you won't attract any more people like who you've been attracting so far. That you'll be able to balance the light and dark within you. Fears. Oh. Five of Swords and the Lovers upside down. Fears or worries. Fears are that you won't be able to overcome the worries of the navigating of this process. The fear of love, maybe. The fear of finding a partner. The fear of opening your heart up or choosing a partner. Like the Lovers is usually a choice card like this. The inverse oftentimes is viewed as the devil energy. So something unhealthy, a connection that's unhealthy, and it's in the fear position. So it's worried about love, worried about the unhealthy version of love, worried about having to make a choice in love again. What's the outcome for you, Cancer? But I think a lot of it is going to be this learning process, because Eight of Pentacles is in your crossroads energy. It's an opportunity to learn. So it could be about learning the cycles that are repeating in your life. It could be learning about what work brings life into your life, right? It could be about just how to manage your resources better. So if you take that opportunity, if you take the potential energy of healing, you'll be fine. You'll learn how to navigate that better. You'll learn how to smell bullshit like a mile away. Outcome. Outcome. Oh, two cards. Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles reverse. The outcome is tapping into your intuition, having an idea, but struggling taking that opportunity, struggling seeing that opportunity, struggling grounding that opportunity. So it's like you'll have an awareness, you'll have an idea, but then it's the know-how. And what came up for me right now is I think the know-how, the Ace of Pentacles, that's why it's like this. That's why you're walking towards the Nine of Pentacles. is because in this chapter, it's just learning. It's just being aware of your cycles. It's healing what you don't see. It's purifying old patterns so that when you start learning how to ground your idea, how to ground the opportunity, you'll be able to do it with more ease. So it almost feels like you're just starting this process. And you're going to get, like, the Queen of Wands is like, pick me, universe. I'm right here, right? Like Santa, like, give me my present right here, right? And so here it's like, yes, here it is. Here's your idea. Here's your, you know. But now you got to learn how to take care of it, how to manage it, how to nurture it, how to understand the process of transformation, that things take time to cultivate. I feel like that's what that is. Yeah, look, underneath, Page of Wands. New project, new idea, something more liberating. Like you're going to be able to take this opportunity and play with it. Play with it. Let's get some 3 cards. 3 cards of advice for you, Cancer. Asking the universe for this opportunity. I think that's what I'm going to title yours. Asking the universe for this opportunity. Opportunity in finances, resources, healing, relationship. Yeah, something more balanced. 3 cards of advice or clarification, please. Oh, okay. Page of Swords, upside down. So be honest with your truth. This is truth. Being able to walk with your truth. This is being deceitful with your truth or not wanting to speak about your truth. You also got the 5 of the 7 of Wands upside down. The 7 of Wands right up is you defending your position, you having to argue, but it's upside down. So it's like you're going to have more harmony. That's the word that came up. You're going to have more harmony, more peace when you own your truth, when you can figure out what your truth is. Maybe that's why it's Page of Swords. Like, I can't send a message. I can't own my truth because I'm still trying to figure out what is my truth. The Lover's upside down. Again, the Lover's upside down. I was going to say, make the choice or the choice will be made for you. Let's get a few more cards. Clarify the Lovers, please, because it came out twice upside down. Death, Judgment. You're needing to heal. You're needing to, Scorpio energy, you're needing to heal. You're needing, yeah, it's healing. It's like healing is being stressed. Healing is being stressed. This is, I think this is going to be the optimal opportunity for you to have this transformative death rebirth experience, like this death rebirth, because this is the order that it came out in. This death rebirth experience, right? Ending an old life so that a new life could begin. And here, I mean, you have death rebirth here. Death rebirth is how you started that one. Death rebirth is how it ended for that overall message. So death and rebirth is definitely, symbolically, of course, right? Healing. It's another word for healing. It's another word for transformation. You're being asked to heal so that this new chapter can just flow with more ease, so that you can figure out your cycles, your patterns, your truth. Final card for advice, oracle card. Nope, didn't turn around. We move There it is. Radical expansion. Look, this one has cycles. It has cycles. There's almost snake energy too. We're just ending the year of the snake. We're entering the year of the horse. More movement. This year, the snake is about shedding and transformation. So I mean, it's at the end of the year, but it's never too late to transform. Living and loving at full capacity, being unapologetically you. Self-expression, boldness, having a voice, taking up space, expansion, empowerment, owning your true power, being visible in the world, having fun with your magnificence, letting go of judgment, creative exploration, radical ways of being. What would it be like to live, love, and feel at full capacity? Do you imagine what it would be like? This card is about being truly and unapologetically you. The gifts you think are too bold for this world and those heartfelt experiences you believe you should hold back on might just light someone up. The physical self-expression that you dole down so you fit in, and those dreams that seem too vast could be precisely what the world is waiting for. Do you feel you have the right to take up space? You know, I was thinking like those types of relationships that are like narcissistic or like those intense partners can really dim your light. They can really make it feel like you shouldn't take up space, like it's abuse, right? And so I wonder if this is why it's being highlighted, like you have a right to take up space. Our auras can expand manifold, but we often choose to keep them tight to our bodies, maybe for safety. But what is this construct in which we have imprisoned ourselves? Where does this subtle or not so subtle shame come from? Why not dance our most beautiful dance, dress in a way that makes us feel magnificent, and sing so our voices are heard? Consider the paradigm of our judgment in others can help us expand into authentic expression. We may not be aware of the thoughts that were imprinted in us from a young age through our parents, teachers, society, and the media. Separation and limitation begin with your beliefs around what is acceptable and what is not. Connection and possibility come through owning your power and embracing your responsibility to be more visible in the world, to not shy away from life. It is time for radical ways of being and thinking, and you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. Having a voice is essential for power to shift back to individuals and communities outside of prescribed normality. It is time to unleash your inner rainbow dragon and apologetically, oh, it's a dragon, Game of Thrones. And unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts, and to have fun with it. It's funny because it says also having a voice, right? I'm like, remember, like I feel like you're learning what your voice is, what your truth is. It's time for expansion. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Stop and consider anything that is holding you back. This card is the permission slip that allows you to let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as some of your ideas or offerings might be, who is to say that they are not what the world is waiting for? What the world wants, right? These radical ideas. Take note of any judgment of authentic expression towards yourself or others. Be mindful that creatively exploring unrefined expression may be what is needed right now. Remember to center yourself in your heart and be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. Isn't that lovely? Cancer, that's for you. Hit the like button if this made sense for you, if it was helpful at all. Share the message if you think it'll help somebody else. Don't forget to join us on Sundays for Café con Tarot, where I will now be adding the all zodiac sign experience. I hope you're enjoying today with your loved ones if you celebrate Christmas at all. And I will see you next time.